It was the kind of love story that people only dream about. One written not in scripts or dramas, but in the quiet, real-life moments between two stars who never stopped believing in each other. If you're watching this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt stories and unforgettable moments from your favorite Korean stars. Today, we bring you an emotional tale that's taking over hearts across the world. Kim Go-eun cried tears of joy when Lee Min-ho surprised her with the wedding of her dreams. Their journey together began with chemistry so undeniable it leapt off the screen in The King, Eternal Monarch. Fans everywhere could sense something deeper, something authentic. Behind the camera lights and scripted lines was a bond that bloomed slowly, but deeply, away from the public eye. They had never officially confirmed their relationship, but their closeness, their unwavering support for one another, told a story that didn't need words. Lee Min-ho had always been known as a romantic at heart. Despite his stoic screen presence, those close to him knew he was thoughtful, sentimental, and attentive to the smallest details. Over the past year, he had quietly begun planning something extraordinary, something that would forever change the course of their lives. And he had done it all in secret, waiting for the perfect moment to give Kim Go-eun the surprise of a lifetime. Go-eun had always imagined a simple wedding, something meaningful, intimate, surrounded by love, not extravagance. She had once mentioned in an interview that if she ever got married, she'd want it to be quiet, filled with warmth, like a page from an old love letter. Lee Min-ho remembered that. He remembered every single word. And so, when the time came, he created something more beautiful than she could have ever imagined. On the morning of her birthday, Kim Go-eun thought they were just going out for a quiet lunch together. Maybe a walk by the river, the kind of low-key day she enjoyed most. Lee Min-ho picked her up, casually dressed, holding her hand like it was just another day. But when they arrived at a quaint countryside villa nestled in the hills outside Seoul, something shifted. The air felt different. The staff greeted her with knowing smiles. And when she stepped inside, she was greeted not by the scent of food, but the scent of roses. Hundreds of them, lining the walkway, filling the rooms, surrounding the garden courtyard with a breathtaking fragrance of love. Confused but smiling, she looked at him. And that's when he said it. "Today isn't just your birthday, Go-eun. It's the day I've been waiting for. The day I give you the wedding you always dreamed of." Her hands went to her face. Her eyes widened. "What are you talking about?" she asked, her voice shaking with a mix of disbelief and awe. He took her hand, gently, and led her toward the courtyard. And there it was. The garden had been transformed into a fairy tale. Delicate lanterns hung from tree branches, swaying gently in the breeze. Rows of white wooden chairs had been placed beneath a floral arch that looked like it had grown there naturally. Candles floated in a nearby fountain, their flames flickering in the afternoon light. And standing beneath that arch were the people who mattered most. Close friends, family, and even their drama colleagues who had played a part in their story. Go-eun's legs nearly gave out as she took it all in. Tears welled up in her eyes before she could stop them. She turned to him, completely overwhelmed. "You did all this?" He smiled, eyes glistening. "You once said you didn't need a grand wedding. You just wanted it to feel like home. I wanted to give you exactly that, and a little more." He stepped aside, and a soft classical melody began to play. A stylist emerged with a gown, elegant, understated, perfect for her. Her hands trembled as she touched the fabric, realizing what was about to happen. It wasn't just a surprise. It was the moment every woman dreams of, crafted perfectly by the man she loved. Minutes later, Go-eun walked down the garden aisle, dressed in the gown that felt like it was made from a dream. Her steps were slow, deliberate, guided by emotion. Every face in the audience watched with awe as she approached Lee Min-ho, who stood tall, eyes locked on her as though nothing else in the world existed. He reached out for her hands the moment she arrived in front of him. The officiant's voice began, but Go-eun couldn't focus on the words. All she could see was Min-ho's face, serious but tender, strong yet vulnerable. Then came his vows. "Go-eun," he began, voice low but steady. "From the first day I met you, something in me changed. You made me feel understood in a way no one else ever did. I have loved you in silence, in private, and now I vow to love you in front of the world. You are the quiet strength behind my every decision, the light in my quietest moments, and the reason I look forward to every new day. Today, I promise to give you a life filled with laughter, peace, and unwavering love." She wept openly now, unable to stop the tears that streamed down her cheeks. The guests watched silently, touched by the raw emotion between the two. It wasn't a scripted scene. It was real, honest, sacred. Then it was her turn. With a soft smile and a trembling voice, she spoke. Min-ho, you are the unexpected miracle I never saw coming. In a world full of noise, you were my calm. You stood by me even when no one knew, when the cameras were off, when life felt uncertain. You've loved me quietly but wholly, and today, I give you all of me in return. Every fear, every dream, every hope, I give them to you. They exchanged rings, simple bands engraved with their initials and the words, now and always. The officiant declared them husband and wife, and as they leaned in for their first kiss as a married couple, the sky broke into golden light, as if nature itself was celebrating their union. Applause echoed across the courtyard. Their friends wiped away tears. Their families embraced each other. It was a wedding not of wealth, but of wonder, a moment crafted from genuine love, not spectacle. After the ceremony, they sat together on a wooden bench beneath a tree, away from the crowd, just the two of them. She leaned on his shoulder, and he kissed her forehead. I still can't believe you did all this, she whispered. He chuckled. I've had this planned for months. I just needed the perfect moment, and nothing felt more perfect than today. I feel like I'm dreaming, she said. Then we'll dream together, he replied. The night rolled in slowly, wrapping the villa in a warm embrace. Lanterns glowed softly, and laughter filled the air. Their first dance was simple. No rehearsed steps, just the two of them swaying to a song only they could hear. As the stars came out, guests released paper lanterns into the sky, each carrying a wish for the couple's future. Eun watched them rise, her heart full. She turned to her husband, and whispered, Thank you for loving me this much. He smiled, kissed her hand, and said, Thank you for saying yes. By the end of the evening, the internet had caught wind of the event. Photos started to circulate. Eun in her gown, Min-ho in his soft white suit, their hands clasped, their eyes locked in the kind of gaze that said everything. Fans were stunned, thrilled, and overjoyed. What many thought was just fiction had blossomed into a beautiful, tangible reality. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun didn't just act out a love story, they lived one. And as they stood hand in hand beneath the moonlight, ready to begin a new chapter, the world celebrated with them. Not just because they were stars, but because their story reminded everyone that love, when it's true, always finds its way. So here's to a love that began with stolen glances and ended in sacred vows. To a woman who cried tears of joy as the man of her dreams gave her the wedding she never dared to expect. And to a couple who taught us that the most beautiful stories are the ones written not in scripts, but in hearts. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unforgettable moments